We're going to check in with your boss right now because we want to hear the other side. Thanks for being with us. On the phone is Kirk's former boss, Linda Wright. She's the president and owner of Advanced Machine Repair and Manufacturing. Linda, thanks for being with us. Why didn't you think that Kirk did the right thing by calling Crime Stoppers about this guy?
Well, you know, unfortunately, Kirk is making it seem like he was fired because of a good program, and that is absolutely not the case. Absolutely not the case.
So why did you fire him?
Well, let me explain, first of all, a little bit about the Stanley incident, which is what Kirk's talking about. Stanley has been here over 2.5 years as a subcontractor. He's not employed by this company.
Okay, but he's still wanted for burglary and for grand theft auto.
Absolutely. And Kirk knew about this. Apparently, now that I brought employees in, did a little bit of investigation myself, Kirk knew about this the entire time. As I told Kirk whenever I let him go, if he would have come to me and said, before it hit the paper, right before, and then Kirk went on vacation, but if he would have come to me and said, I have a problem with Stanley, and allowed me as management to do something about that situation, i.e. either fire Stanley or find out myself what his record was, instead of just
Linda,
calling.
You're not a police officer. I mean, the police wanted to find this guy. This was a wanted criminal. You're not a police officer.
And Kirk knew that he was wanted for 2.5 years. Why did he wait at that point to call Crime Stoppers?
Better late than never, right? Well, I mean, isn't it better for him to call the police for a wanted criminal than to keep his mouth shut?
Oh, absolutely. If that's what he elects to do, and I wish you'd let me talk. If that's what he elects to do. I had told Kirk, whenever I got him in here, Kirk, I have no problem with Crime Stoppers. I have no problem with you calling in Stanley. What I do have a problem is that you did not let me, as management, know there was a problem.
So you didn't know that the guy was a wanted criminal?
I knew that the guy was a wanted criminal.
Why didn't you call then?
I know Stanley, and Stanley is a good person. He's never done anything to this corporation.
Okay, but shouldn't you let a court decide or the police decide if he is a good enough person to be out of jail? That's not really your decision.
I don't arrest people or not have people arrested. That's not my thing. My thing is to run a good machine shop. Kirk went behind me and called in what I believe, Crime Stoppers, a good program, but to get a reward. Because if he would have known about that prior to that, he certainly could have contacted me, done something so that I could have addressed it.
You know what,
now,
Linda, that's why there are rewards, because they are powerful incentive for people to pick up the phone and call the cops.
Right. Absolutely.
And if you know that a wanted criminal is working for you, maybe you should have picked up the phone and called too, because clearly the cops wanted to know where that guy was, even if he was a good worker for you.
Would you like to do this interview, or would you like me to speak?
Well, actually, Linda,
one or the other.
We have to wrap it up, but we do appreciate you calling in and telling us about this situation.
And by the way, the police are in here every day. So if they were really looking for Stanley, they could have found him.
Okay, well...
And Kurt was dismissed because he didn't work well with the CNC department. It had nothing to do with Crime Stoppers, and I don't appreciate the negative advertisement.
All right, well, Linda, it sounds like it's a good thing for police to be in there checking it out if wanted criminals are welcome there.
No, wanted criminals are not welcome here, and you're putting in words in my mouth.
All right, well, Linda, thank you for calling in and telling us your side of the story. We appreciate it, and we appreciate hearing from Kirk also. Thank you. And we want to take your pulse now on the stories that we're reporting. Do you think that Kirk should have been fired for turning in his coworker? Do you think that Linda should have called in herself and turned him in? Send us an email to americaspulse@foxnews.com. Let us know what you think about this story. All right.